It does not take very long for me to experience the reeking realities of life as a beggar on the roadside. The physical challenges and uncertainties are only a small part of the pain. Here in the streets, I come face to face with the darkness of human nature, the one that crawls out into the open when people encounter others who have nothing to give them. To the majority of people rushing through their days with grim determination to the great nowhere, I am invisible. In my current mindset, that does not bother me. But there are some who are possessed by monsters that find validation by inflicting pain on those that cannot fight back. I wake up with searing pain in my ribcage. A policeman is towering over my crumpled frame, his hard-capped shoe raised to deliver yet another kick. He needs no reason or excuse. He could have vented out his frustration on a tree, but the tree does not show pain. He wants to experience the fleeting whiff of power that happens by meting out pain to the ones down the ladder. A beggar sleeping on the roadside is certainly the lowest on the ladder as far as human hierarchies go. Thwump! The sickening crash of the boot against an empty stomach. I reel in pain. A scream involuntarily escapes my mouth. It makes the policeman happy. He is possibly a constable, the lowest rung of his chosen profession. He has probably been meted out pain by the one above him, who in turn has received pain from the one above. He is simply a conduit of pain, passing it on. I fold my hands in obeisance, begging for mercy, curled in a fetal position. He takes his wooden lathi and crashes it on my head, and I scream some more. A street dog that was sleeping a little distance away yelps and runs away. I had shared my food with him last night. He barks at the policeman from a safe distance. The policeman has a new object of domination, something more alive than this whimpering, unresisting human crawling on the floor. He picks up a rock and throws it at the dog. The dog dodges. He barks more loudly. A bunch of other dogs join in. They surround the policeman. He picks up more rocks to throw at them. He will not be outdone by dogs. After all, he is the superior species. I crawl into the shadows behind a cement garbage bin, every inch of my body on fire from the pain, trailing blood and vomit. People come out of their huts, awakened by the clamor. Someone yells at the policeman. A screaming match starts. The dogs continue to bark. I am forgotten in the melee. Dogs have a remarkable way of showing gratitude. I remind myself to feed more dogs, and not to sleep in the open. After all, one has to stay safe from the protectors of the land. I am lying under a tree in some small town. Someone is shaking me. "Hey you, get up!" I open my eyes. She is a middle-aged woman with a strong jawline. "Have you had anything to eat today?" She makes elaborate hand gestures to make sure I understand. I nod my head. "What is your name?" she asks me. I do not reply. "You cannot talk?" I remain silent. I just want to close my eyes and sleep. "Come with me," she insists. "I will get you something to eat." I nod my head in refusal and close my eyes. She talks some more and leaves when I do not respond. A while later, a van stops by where I am lying down. I read the words on the van. It is from a mental health NGO. 2 men come and cajole me to come with them. I protest. I ask them to leave me alone. They are strong. I cannot run away. Soon I am in the van headed to my new home, the local mental health institution. Several days go by in the mental health home. It is a busy place. The minute I arrived, I was given a bath, shorn and deloused, and dressed in loose grey pull-up pants and shirt. I somehow do not want to talk about my identity. The institution seems to me a prison. I just want to escape back into the streets. Matrons wander the halls where we are placed in. There are rows upon rows of beds on the ground. I am assigned to one in a corner of the hall. The doctors ask me many questions, which I refuse to answer. Along with food, I am given sedatives. I sleep a lot. Sleeping feels good. An old man sleeps on the bed next to me. He is a rescue from the streets, like myself. He does not talk, refuses to eat. He just lies there vacantly, staring at the ceiling. I overhear a matron telling a new doctor that the old man is a mentally ill destitute who was found eating his own human waste on a roadside. Possibly someone's parent, discarded when he became too much of a burden to be cared for at home. The old man is deteriorating, the matron informs the doctor. She says he may not be around too long. Early in the night, the old man wakes me up with his coughing. In the dim light of the hall, I see this man spasm with every breath. Even as I am lost in my own pain, I instinctively realize that this old man needs someone. I scoot over to his bed and raise his head onto my lap to ease his airway. The coughing subsides a little bit. The old man's eyes are, for the first time I have seen him, tracking movement. He is looking keenly into my eyes, his eyes glowing with memories of a long-lost life. "Ramu," he calls me tenderly. "Ramu, why did you leave me like this?" Clearly he is hallucinating. He believes that I am Ramu. Who Ramu is to him I do not know. "I am here now. Don't worry. Everything is going to be okay," I say tenderly. A gentle warmth eases into those scared eyes. "Don't leave me, Ramu. I am not angry with you." The old man closes his eyes with a soft sigh. His breathing eases. His head is still on my lap. I stay like that through the night. In the morning, this old man stops breathing. I realize I do not even know his name. 2 days later, I find the big metal gate to the street open. I take the opportunity to slip out. Once again, I am a mendicant, willfully wandering through the chaos. All through our journeys, life offers us opportunities for redemption. If I had stayed there at the institution, I may have accepted help and come out of the dark inner space I was in. But I chose to leave, and that too was a choice of madness.